had a friend, if you ever wondered how much you spent on your house repairs last year, if you ever had to repair the same thing twice or lost the vendor estimate, this video is for you. I'm going to show you how to create a simple but powerful spreadsheet that keeps your entire house repair history in systematic order. My name is Zhenya. I used to work as an information designer at The Guardian. I did my PhD in software complexity, and I'm a PMI certified project manager. My mission is to help people to use simple systems and processes to bring order into everyday chaos. In this video, we'll build a simple but effective repair sheet tracker that takes the headache out of maintaining your records around house repairs. It's about structure, consistency, and collaboration, and I'll show you step by step. So 3 main points that we're going to go through in this video is, firstly, that we need to organize everything by process. Organized by process. Second is be consistent, which is a golden rule. Never hurts to do that. And the third is collaborate and maintain. And essentially, these 3 things, they kind of feed one into the other. Yeah, so once you organized everything by the process, it becomes possible to be consistent, and once you are consistent, it also much easier to gather people around your spreadsheet so that they could also contribute and collectively maintain it. So let's zoom in to the first point, which is organized by process. Yeah. So here you kind of need to walk away from the computer into the park with your sketchbook and try to think about how do you actually do things that you want to track. Yeah. So what is your process? For example, if you want to repair something out your house, first, what you would probably do is to create a list of all the materials and all the service providers, so that you can choose which service providers, but also the best materials that you want to use for them to do the work. Yeah, especially if there's something that you have to do in your house day to day, some sort of faucets or bathtubs and things like that. You really want to go through all the available options so that you can choose together, essentially with your housemates or whoever lives in your house, to understand what it is exactly that all the house inhabitants want. So that's where this first table comes in, which is sometimes referred to as vendor matrix, which is a fancy name for shopping around, essentially. So you just list everything you find into one table. And then there's a second one, which is work done, where you list all the work that actually took place. And the reason why these 2 tables are separate, because the first step that you do when you shop around is you list all the requirements you need. Yeah, there's some sort of height, width, specific parameters for that plumbing or electrical supply appliance that you need. There could be like a lot, especially if you search for something specific, there could be a lot of different parameters that you don't want to miss when you shortlist things. But also, and that means, like, all these unique parameters mean that you will need to create a table for each job. So I can scribble here to see that there will be many vendor matrices for each each of the jobs, yeah, and then, but there will be only one work done sheet, which means that whenever the work is actually carried out, you can bring the shortlisted materials here, and you can record the price, and you can record who did the work and how much they charged and the date and things like that. So that's why both of the sheets will have will share quite a lot of column names. So each of them would have date, title of the item, vendor, and price. Yeah. So this thing also repeat on the work done: date, title, vendor, price. On the work done, you can also add invoice number, so that you can later, because that's the thing, one thing that you usually need when you look at the work done retrospectively. And that's pretty much it. You can go very granular with this, and you will probably when you actually shop around. But let's look at the actual spreadsheet, how it could be done. So, and that kind of brings us to the second point. And before we go to the second point, I want to tell you that if you like this kind of content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, so that you don't miss any other content that I produce later on. And this helps the YouTube algorithm, apparently. So when we look at this is now our second point, which is being consistent, yeah, and that's all about the design. And when we talk about design, it doesn't mean anything fancy. It basically means just be minimalist. Don't use any design at all. That's the best design principle. Yeah, and just have the default font, default everything. One thing that I'm usually doing is with a header, I usually put it this kind of second gray color and making them bold sometimes. Even though making them bold is probably not really necessary. And the gray color, the function of the gray color is to separate the header from the body. And this the second one is the work done. You see this here is the same thing. The only design I actually added here is two different color gradations for the header and for the year. And that's because I need to be able, when there's a lot of years down below, I want to be able to quickly locate where the old year begins and when it ends. Yeah. So then next thing about being consistent is about how you record things. Yeah. So when you, and this list is basically something that you populate. For example, you look for items online, you find an item you want, or at least you want it to be shortlisted, because it answers all they usually have all the specifications on the website as well. So you see if it answers all your parameters, you copy it here, you copy other things about it, such as the price, which is quite important. Vendor, if you need it, you can choose whether it's plumbing or electrical, you choose it whether it's material or service. Obviously, if you shop for services, then you choose the service from here, and you copy the URL, which is arguably one of the most important things, and that's where Google Sheets actually really shines. Because once you have everything populated with URLs, then you can share it with others, and they can also look at it, and you can also revisit it later if you have the working URLs, which is quite important. I also add shortlist sometimes, because when you have a lot of things, you want to highlight some of them as shortlisted. That's it for vendor matrix. Similar stuff for work done, but essentially here you only record from the actual receipts. Yeah, and the good again use of Google Sheets here is that you can have your invoice column, and then if you use something like Google Drive, you can have a receipts folder, and it's a good practice to have all the receipts in one place, right? You can organize inside of it as you like. You can also add job IDs. If you use, for example, these job codes, you can add job codes to the receipts, for example, and then you essentially copy link, and then you insert the link in the same fashion here. So now whoever looks at it, they will also have access to receipt. And that is proven to be quite a good practice actually, because sometimes you need to find receipts quite quickly. And this saves you a lot of time. You don't have to go through your emails or anything like that. We even added a checkbox here for receipts and folder for some reason. Probably helps. One neat trick is also having a job type. Also about consistency, you can split it here. You can have this drop down. These are all your job types here, and you can essentially go to data validation. You can add the rule, drop down from range, and you can select range from this new sheet, which is only specifically reserved for all the variables that you have. And this is considered to be good practice because it allows you to keep the values separate from the actual table. So you can choose from here. If you need to add things, you can add variable 02 and it will appear in the list. So you can easily add things to it. You can also change things if you need to. And it allows you to keep things consistent. So whoever uses it, again, consistency are the golden rule. So whoever uses a spreadsheet, they can just select from the options that are offered, not imagine their own options. That's the main things from it. And the third rule is collaborate and maintain, and that goes back to this the first two steps that we already did. Yeah, so organized by process and keeping everything consistent. So once everything is consistent, then it becomes easy to invite new people to the spreadsheet. You can just click on the share button to add people in, and if everything is consistent, then lots of people can do it, and it becomes easier for everyone to maintain. Especially if you provide the links for everything, then they can look up to specific research that you've been doing, so nothing is lost. Yeah, so here you have it. Organized by process, be consistent, maintain and collaborate, and your house repairs would be shining and delivering you value long after you've done them. That's what it is. Please like, subscribe this video, this channel. Also down below there's a link to our Discord community. Please join there, because I'm planning to roll out the free download section on my website. And once I produce the landing page for it, so that I will also share the link so that you can add your email there, so that once it's up and running, you can get notified and you don't miss anything. And yeah, I hope you like the content. Please leave any comments and suggestions for any more videos that you'd like me to create.